So let's just go quick character introductions. Adam, go first, please.
I have a level 1 rogue, halfling. He's a criminal background, neutral alignment, and loyal to my friends, not to any specific ideals. Everyone else can take a trip on the river Styx for all I care.
Nice. Anything else about your character? Anything bonds, flaws? Anything you wanna mention about your character?
There's nothing here that seems. I'm just using one of those prefabs, and it's written pretty poorly. There's crap about his aunt in here.
That may be relevant.
My aunt must never know I did deeds I did as a member of the Red Brands.
Okay, so you were once part of a mercenary group called the Red Brands. That is relevant.
I never have a plan, but I'm great at making things up as I go along, like the A-Team.
Yes. Well, here are a couple of important parts about your character. Number one is that you were previously a criminal. Well, you may be still a criminal, but you were previously part of a mercenary band called the Red Brands. Unfortunately, there was some issue where they betrayed you, and you were kicked out of that group, and you're not very happy with that group. Another thing is that you have an aunt. Being a halfling, you have an aunt who is also a halfling who lives in the town of Phandelver. Her name is Quaylene Alderleaf.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
Yeah,
I've run this so many times, I already know. I know this by rote. Her name is Quaylene Alderleaf. She owns a farm in the small town of Phandelver. Okay?
And I send some of my ill-gotten gains back to her every so often.
Yep.
Good old Auntie.
Okay, Andrew, tell me about your character.
Sure. So Aven is a female half-elf paladin. She is lawful good, but good in the sense of fighting demons, unnatural things. In terms of, more of like a down-to-earth morality, she's a little bit aloof from that, being half-elf. Our flaw, I guess, would be a little bit disconnected from the world. Head in the clouds kind of thing, only seeing, good versus evil, very, prototypical paladin sort. Mm-hmm. In terms of background, she travels around a lot. She's a minstrel, and I don't have anything or any ideas for
who's her god
connections yet.
Who is her deity?
Oh, 5th edition deities.
They're the same as 3rd edition. I'm just taking some notes so I can put this in later.
Yeah, you know what?
I will give you. If you don't know, I will give you some good choices. As a lawful good paladin, there are Forgotten Realms deities. One that is very, very popular is Torm, the god of courage and self-sacrifice. There is also, Tyr, the god of justice. These are typical gods that attract paladins. There's Helm, the god of protection. He is a lawful neutral god, but there's a lot of paladins in his service. There's Ilmater, the god of pain and endurance, also a lawful good god.
Okay.
And those are some good choices. If you want to do something that's not so usual for a paladin, you can pick Shantae or Sylvanas, which are nature gods. I'm sure you don't want Bane.
No, not gonna go quite that.
There is Saloon, the goddess of the moon. She doesn't typically have a lot of paladins, but that would be a reasonable choice if you're a good alignment.
What about Corellin? Can paladins play? I know that's 2 steps away. Corellin is chaotic good.
Corellin is in the Forgotten Realms. He's an elven god, and you can be his paladin. He doesn't typically have paladins because he's more of like a magic type god, but it wouldn't be
Mhm.
unreasonable if you want to serve Corellin. You want to serve Corellin in more of a sense of a traditional paladin. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, love Corellin.
Yeah, I think that would really fit her character playing that Corellin, especially trying to embrace more of an elvish roots.
One thing to keep in mind is later on, as a paladin, at level 3, you're going to take an oath. It sort of goes by your paladin concept. And you have choices of Oath of the Ancients, Oath of Vengeance, and Oath of Devotion. Oath of the Ancients is sort of like your little bit of like a green knight. And I'm a paladin, but I'm also all about nature. You can go with that. Oath of Vengeance is I'm just a scorned person, and I want to kill, and I want to make things right. And you swear an oath of enmity when you see an enemy. I'm gonna kill you.
The first one is more traditional.
Yeah, the first one is just like the traditional paladin. I want to go and do good in the realms. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Mork the Orc. I know you're not. You don't have a mic. Anything you want to type to us?
He actually wrote me on Facebook. He said just give him a few minutes because he is walking his pooch.
No problem. So why don't we go to Galdanon? Then tell me about Galdanon.
All right. Galdanon. You don't know much about Galdanon. Galdanon is a wood elf. You know, on the tallish side. You know, for wood elves, he's about 6 foot. Keeps largely to himself. He, you know, has an aloof nature. Anything you might know about him is he acts as a wilderness guide, you know, leading, you know, parties into the wild and or hiring out as a caravan guard. He's an exceptional tracker of hunting orcs and goblins.
Okay. How do you want to do you want to talk about how he's kind of statted, or do you want to leave that a mystery?
How he's what?
Or you know how he's built? Is he sort of like a kind of a hunter type ranger, arrow ranger? Is he a dual wielding ranger?
He's definitely you know, an archer type ranger, a classic elf, you know,
Okay.
fighter. You know, he could probably find some common ground. I mean, if our characters have been traveling together, he might be able to find some common ground with Avon. You know, because he looks upon, you know, my character looks upon, you know, the different elvish gods. However, you know, he might come across as somewhat, you know, condescending, or not condescending necessarily, but you know, he may refer to Avon as half human.
Now, does he have background that you think is very important? That you think is gonna?
I haven't developed
relevant.
the background
Okay.
yet because I didn't want to take the stock stuff. So
We can let it develop organically, grow like a
Yes.
tree.
Yep.
Okay, excellent. All right, so let's begin. I think you know we'll just since there's at least 3 of us here, I will be happily bring in Mork the Orc when he comes in. This is where we're going to begin. The 3 of you have been hanging out together for a while. You begin in the city of Neverwinter. It's one of the major cities on the Sword Coast in the Forgotten Realms. It's one of the most northward cities. And in Neverwinter, the going is pretty tough. You guys have fallen on some hard times. You need coin, real bad, for whatever reason. And there's not that many jobs available. There is, however, some easy work to be made in protecting caravans. There's a dwarf by the name of Gundren Rockseeker, and he is looking for some work. So you guys go meet him in the Moonstone Mask, which is one of the inns of Neverwinter. It's one of the more expensive inns, and it's a magical place where in order to even get to this place, you have to go through a portal, and the inn is floating on this piece of land that is just sundered into the air. And you guys go through the portal and enter the inn. It's very expensive to get into the inn. The drinks are very expensive. You guys have pretty much barely a copper to your name. And you're a little worried because the patrons there are pretty wealthy. You're looking around.
Primarily humans?
Yes, mostly humans. There are, of course, mixed races. This place is open to people of different races. You look around. You see mostly they're humans. They're mostly nobles. You see a group of halflings sitting there enjoying their drink. You see a dwarf or two. And the barmaid comes up to you and looks at you, and you guys are dressed pretty shoddily. You don't exactly have that much money, so you guys look like you can't afford this place clearly. And she just looks at you with this disdain. She says, "Can I help you?"
Say, yes, we're looking for a dwarf. And I say it a little dripping there. A dwarf.
Stone Seeker, if you please.
Stone Seeker? She looks around. She's like, "Is there a Stone Seeker here?" Oh, nobody said. And then one dwarf from the back says, "You mean Rock Seeker?"
Yes, all the same.
She looks at you and she doesn't even offer to serve you drinks. She just motions you over there to the dwarf in the back, who's waving his hand, and then she walks away. Acting kind of rude. Seems kind of snobbish.
Yes, I'll ignore her. Ah, Mork is here.
So you see. Hey there.
Hey. Give me a few minutes.
No problem. You can just listen in. So you see this dwarf in the back. He's got a bright red beard. He's eating a huge piece of pheasant, and there's food dripping out of his mouth. He looks like a mess. He's like, "Come over here. You're the new hires, eh? Come here. I want to talk to you."
You seen Mindy?
Man, I'm gonna look at this ragtag crew I'm about to work with. I'm gonna look at the filthy dwarf who's beckoning me, and I'm gonna think, what a sad state of affairs. I never want to have my purse get so low in coin, but I'll slip over without a word.
Yeah, for whatever reason, you guys are pretty short on coin. I mean, the going's been tough for the last couple of months.
I do have 15 gold pieces.
That's your life savings right there.
That's it?
Well, 15 gold pieces is a lot for people who are living pretty meagerly. You guys are not exactly nobles. You walk over the Gundren, he slaps the table, he's like, "Sit down! Enjoy the ale and the food. I want to talk to you. Come here."
Consider us listening.
Yeah.
He offers you this empty bench that you all sit down in, and he says, "You see, I've been looking for people. I got some easy gold for you to make, if you're interested."
I'm all ears.
Easy gold. He says, "How does 10 gold apiece sound?"
Doesn't sound like much.
Well, you won't be doing much.
Elliot.
'Tis a babysitting job.
Well, it depends. Are expenses paid for our trouble?
Of course. Food, lodging, whatever you want. You need weapons? I can purchase you some weapons too for the job. I need something protected. And this is something very important.
Something or someone?
Something.
It's so important. Why the pittance?
The what?
Pittance.
Right.
He says, "Well, you see, this is a delicate matter." He says, "I've come upon a find of a lifetime, you see. I'm I'm a prospector, a miner myself.
I've heard this one before.
No. He takes out his gold pouch. He puts 5 gold right in front of you. He says, and 5 more when you get the job done.
5
see?
more each.
5 more each. And he takes more gold out and just slaps it in front of you. Are we friends now?
We're listening.
He says, I need ye, someone who's capable, in case anything unexpected should happen, to protect a wagon. That's all. 10 miles south from Neverwinter to the town of Phandelver.
Will there be anything on said wagon?
Yes, equipment, mining equipment. I found the dig of a lifetime, I tell ya. And he takes a huge gulp of ale and slams it down. It's looking like a mess.
Oh,
He clearly looks like he's just celebrating by himself. He says, I would go myself, but I got to get down there now. So I need someone to protect the caravan as it gets down. This is expensive mining equipment.
Well,
How about a counteroffer? Instead of this incredibly generous 10 gold you're offering, how about a share of said mine?
What? A share of me mine? Oh, you're crazy, elf.
Quite perhaps.
All you're doing is protecting and babysitting some mining equipment. Does that earn you a share of me unlimited profits? Ugh. You're crazy, elf. Can you roll me a persuasion check?
Small percentage wouldn't be much.
Roll me a persuasion check. Let's see. Hey there, Ryan.
Hey. Sorry, it's been jumping up and down.
You have 2 instances on the computer. I'm not sure what that's about.
Yeah, give me a second.
Ouch.
Do you know? Well, 6. And he looks at you and he's like, lad, you best learn how to bargain properly. Next time you try to bargain.
wow.
Did you call me lad?
What else? I call you lad because I'm a dwarf. 'Tis what we say.
Well,
Don't mean to be disrespecting you.
well,
I
This-
say 20 apiece.
20
Unlimited
apiece.
wealth.
For babysitting the caravan.
For your
Persuasion
unlimited
check.
wealth? 20.
Persuasion.
Now where do I just click the dice?
Yes, you can roll a d20 and then add your. Okay, your d20 was 14. I don't know what your charisma or persuasion modifier is, but that's enough. He says 20 gold, and he reaches into his pouch again and throws another 10 onto. He throws another 5, giving you
20.
10 gold. He says
20.
10 gold now. 10 gold when the supplies arrive in Phandelver.
For each of us.
For each of you. Oh yes. And he just throws the gold on the table, like just without a care.
I say,
No?
I say, dwarf, this is a deal well struck. Anything that will get me out of this reeking city soon.
He says, "You don't like the city much, do you, elf?"
It may be the only thing that smells worse than a dwarf.
Another beer.
He looks at you. He's like, "You insult me. Normally I put an axe to your head, but today is a special day. It's a day for celebration."
I meant no offense. It's just it's well known.
So as you guys are celebrating, and you guys are partaking in a lot of this delicious food that he's just freely giving you on
it
his
good?
tab. It's the best food that they're serving at the Moonstone Mask. It's
Nice.
pheasant, it's roast pig. I mean, mostly meats. So if you're not into meat, if your character's not into meats, you don't have that much. But it's delicious, and he's serving ale around the house, and you can see that he's He's just ordering things left and right without even caring about how expensive it is. And he's just like, put it on me tab. He throwing gold at you. He looks like somebody who just won the lottery. He's so happy.
What's
And
that? Well, you're something has you giddy dwarf and pleased with yourself.
like, I've struck the vein of a lifetime. I can't tell you what it is just yet. But you just wait, you come down and you continue to work for me, and this gold will be flowing like the river below. And as you're talking and this dwarf is celebrating, you see another man, and this gentleman seems very calm. He is very well dressed. He has his hair, long black hair pulled back, and you can see he's got high cheekbones. He looks like he's carries himself very, very rigorously, and he comes over to the dwarf, and he goes down and he whispers, "My lord, it is time we left." And the Gundren looks at everyone like, "Ah, here's me man, Sildar! Oh, everyone, this is me right hand, Sildar Hallwinter. He's of the Lord's Alliance, you know." And the other man just looks at you nervously and says, "My lord, let's go." He says, I got to leave. I'll meet you in Phandelver. Remember, when you get there, find Barthen's provisions. That's where I'll meet you.
Where's this cart that we have to haul?
He says, right outside. He says, ask for Nimmy. Nimmy's got the cart. You get the
Is
cart.
there a horse? Are there
Yes,
horses?
there's 2 horses that'll pull the cart. You just need to ride and protect it. You know that those bandits have been spotted on the road down the high road. But I'm sure those like yourselves can handle a few bandits.
We hope.
And Mork the Orc. Hello.
Nanu.
You're sitting there on the sidelines, and you've been in the Moonstone Mask looking for some work for a while, and you've been overhearing this whole conversation, and you think that this sounds like some pretty easy money.
I walk over with my growler.
You're a half-orc?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm full orc. What are you talking about? I'm orc. You looks like you need a bodyguard. As I flex my great axe.
He says, another hire? He looks at you and he's like, wow, what did they feed you when you were younger?
Huh.
Well, you want in on this? There's plenty of gold to be had.
40 gold.
40 gold! Show me why you're worth 40 gold.
I'll intimidate him a little bit.
Okay. What are you doing to intimidate this drunk dwarf?
Flexing.
So he looks at you, and you got these big ripping muscles just coming out of your armor, and your armor can barely hold these muscles in. And he's just stunned, and he thinks, "Hey, well, 40 gold it is for you then." And you can see he doesn't care about his gold. He just throws it on the table. 20 now, 20 upon completion.
He was talking about all of us, not just himself.
40 gold for all of ye.
Yes.
And then you see the man that's with Gundren. He says, these adventurers, my lord, they're playing you. And he's, who cares? I'll be rich beyond compare. Here, 40 gold for all of ye. And the other man just shakes his head, and actually picks up Gundren and helps escort him out. He says, thank you. Just please just do the task. I know he seems a little bit drunk, but he's a good man. And he escorts him out up into one of the rooms.
What is he going to do with him there?
That is unknown unless you follow him.
Some questions are best left unanswered. Yeah, right, Drew?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna head for the door to go inspect this cart, these horses.
The cart is, as he told you, is at the gates of Neverwinter.
Oh, so how far is that from where we are?
That's not very far. It's about 20 minutes of a walk.
Well, I'm gonna continue eating a little bit more then.
John,
Yeah.
Yes.
What time of day is it?
is Neverwinter still under the rule of Lord Neverember, or?
I actually do not know.
Okay.
I know Lord Neverember was the reigning ruler during the game Neverwinter. I'm assuming that he is still the ruler, but it's hard. I don't know because I don't have any information on who's the current ruler. This is taking place around the same time that the Tiamat storyline is, but it's just in a complete different region.
Gotcha. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, let's go outside. I'm ready to be done with this place filled with humans.
I'm gonna try to take a bottle of wine or two with me.
Yeah, there is plenty of food and drink spread out over the table that has been paid for, and you can freely just take as much as you want as you go. You got some very fine wine that Gundren has ordered.
Good, I'm gonna
You know,
look
this
for
is
another
actually, these are
bottle.
provisions that you guys have not been used to, being so destitute for the last couple of months. So it's a very refreshing thing to be eating good food and drinking good wine.
It must be a
Avin
elvish
is very
dock.
proud, but she will definitely take some of that and stuff it into her knapsack.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm not.
gonna take what I can.
All right, you guys are you guys ready? You guys can go down to the wagon. It's about mid-noon. It's still plenty of traveling time, and from the description, the surrounding landscape is familiar to all of you. From Gundren's description, it should not take more than maybe 2 days for the wagon to get down to Phandelver.
Do we have time to get any armaments or provisions?
Sure, but I'm assuming that your character has started off with plenty of armor, or.
Okay.
But if you need to get something else, you have plenty of time. It's not like a rush, and there's shops nearby that you can buy things.
All right, sweet.
Any mundane item found in a player's handbook you can get.
Yeah, I was gonna upgrade my armor with the 40 gold we just took.
Well, he gave each of you 20 gold, and
Yeah.
he's there with a promise of another 20 gold once you complete the task.
So can we add that on right now?
Yes. Actually, what I have is I have a little gold thing. When I play my other game, we do party gold. But if you guys want to do individual gold, whatever you prefer.
Andrew, do you want to just keep track of it like we were doing over at
So look at this.
Sure.
I'm warping you to a new screen, and you can see if you go to the right hand edge of your screen, you'll see that there's little icons for gold, electrum, silver. You can fill those out, and they will stay persistent for the amount of gold you have. If you do party gold, it makes things a lot easier.
That's awesome. So we have 4 of us.
Mm-hmm.
so there's 80? Yep,
Yep.
that's great.
Sure, I'll try and remember to keep track of that on here. That's awesome.
I mean, besides the strange circumstance of this dwarf just spilling gold in your face, this is pretty good opportunity. I mean, it doesn't sound like much just to escort a caravan.
We know that, but we don't want to sound too enthusiastic.
Yeah. Well, I'm just in comparison to the kinds of jobs that have been available, this seems to be a cakewalk.
So the recession is over.
Avin is an enthusiastic man.
And I'll just call your attention to the map we're using here. This is where you are right now. And your destination, of course, is the town of Phandelver. Right here.
Gotcha.
Sorry if I go in and out of the screen. It's because I got a puppy.
Not a problem. It'll take about 2 days to make this journey, assuming you stick to the road.
Okay. How's the weather?
It is a beautiful sunny day on the Sword Coast. With a very low level of wind. It's like 75 degrees. Birds are chirping. It couldn't be nicer.
Okay.
You guys are feeling great.
Do you guys mind if I take some screen captures of what we're doing?
Absolutely. I'm streaming this actually. I would, if you want the stream, the website for the stream, you can have it. Just if you're gonna watch the screen, mute it or something because it lags 30 seconds behind.
Well, you can send me that link when we're done another time.
Sure.
Take your screen cap when I'm picking my nose or something, though.
Okay. Let me know when you guys are ready to set off.
Oh, definitely.
Let's do it.
Okay, you guys go down to meet Nimi. He appears to be Gundren's assistant. He's a young dwarf, but he starts packing up the caravan and he stocks it up. You can see that this caravan is loaded to the brim, and there's a big tarp over it. You can see that the caravan is full of boxes, and they're all marked with a symbol that you assume is Gundren's symbol. You've seen it on his belt. It's like his family symbol.
Mm-hmm.
And Nimi turns around and looks at you, and he says, "Wow. Well, he really spared no expense. Look at who he's hired for this job." Oh, hey there. Here's your caravan.
And how much does your job pay, young dwarf?
It's like, well, I try not to talk about, how much money I make, but he's paying me some good money for this. And all I have to do is just stock his caravan. It's easy. He paid me 15 gold just to stock this caravan.
That much, huh?
Yeah, I think that he's either lost his marbles or he thinks he's found some wonderful dig, some cavern full of diamonds. He's done this before. And then it ends up being nothing, and then he just blows all his money. Just take his money while the taking is good.
Your parents must be so proud.
Well, a dwarf's got to make a living. Like, I can't go out there and fight trolls like you guys. I got to do something.
Are we expected to be facing trolls?
Trolls? No, not on the high road. I think, we have the Neverwinter Guards cleared out a bunch of trolls just last week, so I don't think you're gonna face anything too scary down there. The high road's pretty well guarded. Now, when you turn onto the Tribord Trail, I'd watch out because there's bandits down there. Though they haven't been very active lately, but they usually come around at night. I just keep my eyes open if you're traveling through there, especially in the bushes. But I don't think so.
What was the name of that trail?
The Tribord Trail, and you guys know this. In order to get to Phandelver, you go down the high road south, and then you make a left onto the Tribord Trail. But you guys are traveling probably the safest road in the Sword Coast, so I wouldn't be worried about that.
All right.
And your wagon is fully loaded up, and then Nimi just tips his hat to you and says, "Good, safe trip. I'll see you when you get back."
Yeah. Well, let's get it on.
Indeed you shall.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this wagon needs to be driven by at least one person. There's 2 seats in the front, and then there's plenty of room in the back for other people to sit in while it's driving. You take a look at these crates, and they're very well sealed. Like if you were to open them, it'd be obvious that somebody tampered with them.
Hmm. Like, is there any way to tell? I mean, like, are there like wood shavings like around them? Was it recent?
These crates look like they were recently nailed together.
Okay.
Is there any way that I could use my skills as a rogue to perhaps peek into one of them?
You may try. If you fail, it's going to be obvious that somebody tampered with it.
Mm.
You can try. You can roll a sleight of hand check to be as a rogue to try to open one of these boxes without making it appear as if somebody's prying it open. You know, just gently open up a nail or something like that.
What do you say?
And are you doing this stealthily
Go
so
for
that
it.
none of us can see?
What was that?
He asked if you're doing it without the knowledge of the others.
No, I'm asking the others.
If you wanna break into the equipment.
Aven will look at you very disdainfully. And just say, please.
No. Well, if you don't want me to, I won't try.
Well, let me remind you that Gundren did tell you that this was all expensive mining equipment.
Do you not think that Petter?
Yeah, you know what?
Beneath us?
We were paid to babysit the carriage. Let's do just that. Be done with it and collect our gold and then Phandelver.
Okay.
All right, so it's still like around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You guys set off on the carriage. Who's driving the carriage?
Oh, what's his face? Isn't
Who?
the dwarf?
No, he just was paid to stock the carriage. That the dwarven helper, he left, and you guys have the carriage now. It's not hard to drive the carriage. You just, these horses are well trained, and you just sit there and direct the horses along the road.
I'll ride shotgun.
I want to sit on the back and keep an eye behind us.
I guess Mork, why don't you drive the carriage and I'll ride shotgun with my longbow out.
That's fine. I can play my lute.
The orc has a loot too.
You guys can play in unison if you want to roll a performance check.
I'll intimidate with my lute.
Wow, you play beautifully. Some nice elven, a very nice elven melody.
I don't feel like playing a flute.
Okay, the wagon sets off and it's grinding along the road, and it's a little bit bumpy with the stones on the road, but you can, you're going down. The scenery is absolutely beautiful as you head out into the countryside with rolling fields, and as you travel for the next couple of hours, you see the sunset off the coast, off the Sword Coast. The sun setting into the ocean. It's absolutely stunning. Every time you travel this route, you always see this beautiful picture. And you guys are about here, and it's heading towards nighttime. You guys have made it up to here. Very uneventful journey.
All right. So is it time to hunker down?
It's up to you. You can keep going.
So
I
where
don't
on the
need
map are we?
You see where I put the little thing?
Oh, I see. Yep.
Yeah.
Got it. What's
You
the
guys
other
are
one?
halfway down the high road to the Tribord Trail. It's sunset and it's about to be nighttime soon.
And is this where we're headed? The other white little
Yes.
circle that you? I see.
That's the town that you're headed. You're already halfway there almost.
So we could travel to the crossroads of the Tribor and the high road, and then perhaps make the rest of the journey tomorrow while it's light out, where there's more danger of being bandits along that road.
Should we camp at the crossroads though? What do you think?
It would mean traveling through the night and then camping at the crossroads. Might be a little bit safer.
I'm fine with whatever.
How much of the night would we have to travel through to get to the crossroads?
You think that if you were to just push on and keep traveling, you can get there totally in a day and a half. You can get there by the next day's evening.
Hey, you know what though? Without sleep, we're gonna be exhausted.
What about how long would it take us to get to the crossroads of the Tribor and the high road?
You think that if you were to travel until midnight, you could probably get to the crossroads. I mean, you guys have been here before. This is not completely new to you. So you guys know the lay of the land somewhat.
Yeah, that's cool. That's not... All I need is 4 hours sleep. Or reverie.
Let's push it.
Okay.
Cool. Pushing it for 4 more hours.
All right, you guys push it for another 4 hours. You guys are suffering from exhaustion. But you do get to the crossroads without a hitch.
Okay.
But you guys are very tired.
Just staying up to midnight gets us exhausted.
Well, you've been traveling all day already. It's not that you've been walking or anything. It's just being out, you know, in the sun and with a bumpy caravan. It's just uncomfortable. You can't sleep on it. It's not like resting. So you guys are pretty exhausted at this point. You're level 1 exhaustion.
All right, so we stop and make camp now.
Yeah.
Take shifts.
Yeah.
All right,
Sure.
you guys, where do you want to put the caravan as you stop to make camp?
I would say hidden, out of the way as much as possible.
You look around you, and there are bushes in various places. There seems to be some woods, some forest abutting the road as well.
I would say that we should keep it as hidden as possible, but also at the same time, you know, as easily accessible as possible, so that if we have to leave in a hurry, we can.
Okay.
Who's...
Well,
You know what? I'll sleep first. All I need is 4 hours. And then I can stay up and do the rest of the watch.
who's keeping watch first? Oh, I gotta get some real life dice. Give me a second.
I'll take watch first. I'll sit out with my short bow, my dark cloak.
Okay.
Who's got low light / dark?
I got dark
do
vision.
not.
All right. You got dark?
Do half-orcs have dark vision?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you stay up, maybe, or I can. I'll take first watch
Okay.
with dark on.
All right, fine, great. So we'll stay up together. We can keep
Just so we
keep a
have.
360-degree view that way.
Okay, whoever's taking first watch, I need you to roll a perception check with disadvantage because you're exhausted.
Aw.
Well, you rolled better than I did.
Well, with a 12, That's not too bad. You don't notice anything. Okay, you guys spend a couple of hours. Your watch is over. Nothing really has happened.
All right,
Now
so
it's time to switch over for the watch.
we,
Who's up for watch now?
we're gonna rouse Dan, right?
No, then it would be Mork's turn,
Oh,
and
I
then
see.
Dan after that. So Dan will take the 4-hour block if we're doing an 8-hour sleep.
Yeah.
Whoever has rested
Wait.
has rested already. I'm assuming that your exhaustion is over.
Okay.
So, Mork, now you're up for watch. You wake up. You feel a little sluggish, but you're feeling a lot better rested. And you look around. It's very dark out and very silent. I need you to roll a perception check. This is 1 hour into your watch.
Yeah.
You see nothing.
Good.
Okay, after about an hour and a half, while you're sitting there trying to keep watch,
Mm-hmm.
you have not noticed anything when very suddenly something sneaks behind you and attacks you.
Okay.
Ooh.
The rest of you are asleep, unfortunately. This is going to be a sneak attack. Not a sneak attack. This is going to be a surprise attack with a surprise round. So this creature attacking you does have advantage.
Okay.
Where is my... Attacks you with a crit.
Oh,
That's 7 damage plus an additional d6.
Wow.
That's 10 damage.
Okay.
As a goblin just sneaks out behind you and you weren't able to notice this goblin, takes out his scimitar and slashes you right on the back, and you can hear him chuckling. And you don't speak goblins, do you? I'm assuming you don't.
Yeah.
So you hear him just chuckling as he slashes you, and you can hear him yelling to one of his friends, and there's another goblin somewhere off in the distance that responds to his yelling.
wouldn't this wake us?
I'm going to ask you guys to roll perception checks
Oh.
as this noise goes on.
Just let me know when it's my turn.
Adam, you are like a hawk.
Yep, I'm up.
Okay. Andrew, you wake up. And Dan, you all wake up because these goblins are making a lot of noise. You can see that Mork the orc has been severely injured by this sneaky goblin who snuck up behind him and gave him a grievous wound.
I'm gonna attempt to take him onto the cart.
We're rolling initiative now.
Oh,
Yeah, listen, goblins are my favorite enemy. I'm ready. Get it on.
Where's the initiative again? Oh, I see it. Okay.
Oh. Hey. Mine should actually be higher.
Why is that?
Well, I'm +3 on my initiative. I don't know why it just says +2.
Let me check that for you.
That should be 18.
I will check that for you. Your initiative is +3.
Doesn't it say just +2?
No, if you look into your character sheet, you can see the section where it says hit points and speed, and right below that to the left side it says initiative, and it says the bonus it says 0 because that's no additional bonuses, but it says the total is +3. So if you click that button, you're going to roll initiative and put yourself in.
Oh, okay. I already rolled, but I didn't roll initiative. I was just rolling. So let me Let me go here and do initiative.
Yeah.
So I go. Oh, gotcha. There we go.
You see that? But I will take your first roll. You rolled an 8. You rolled really well. You rolled like an 18.
Yeah.
So that's a total of 21. I'm just gonna put you in as a 21. And unfortunately, Aven gets a 0 on initiative. Do you have a negative to your dex?
John, I think it was I think I rolled a 15, and then it should be +3.
That'll still put you first.
Good.
Oh god, yeah. So Aven goes very last. But at least you all woke up.
This goblin to me.
So you wake up and you look around and you can see that Mork the Orc there's a goblin who has a scimitar and it's just dripping with the blood of this half-orc that he's just sliced right behind him. You wake up, you look at him, and he's literally less than 10 feet away. The goblin and Mork. And you also further look around and there's another goblin about 30 feet away in the bushes and he's also wielding a scimitar looking around at you.
All right. You know what? Okay. Short sword and dagger out. I'm gonna step forward and attack twice and slash him.
Which goblin? Is it the one hiding in the bushes or the one right behind the orc?
The one behind the orc.
Okay. So roll your attacks.
All right. So here's for the first one, and this will be, I will add +5 after I roll it. First attack. Hang on. So I'm adding 5. Here we go. So this is my short sword. It's an 11. That's probably going to miss.
No, you sliced this goblin. Through and through.
Oh, 16. Good.
16's a hit.
I'm going to roll again with my dagger. Oh, yeah.
When is he going to bed?
So I just nailed him.
That is 2 hits on the goblin. With just blinding speed, you're upon this goblin, slicing with your short sword, stabbing him.
All right. I don't know. Did I just roll damage?
The first one you rolled a d6.
Yeah.
The second one you rolled a d20 plus 3, which I don't know what that is, but the first one I'm assuming is the short sword. So it is it's a 4 plus your modifier, which is a total of 7.
And then I got 2 points on my dagger.
That's a total of 9 points of damage on this goblin. With your ferocious attack, you sever the goblin's artery in the neck, and he drops dead.
Yeah. I'll just casually look down at the poor half Mork, and I'll be like, "You weren't sleeping on the job, were you?"
No.
Then let's make these bastards pay.
Okay, that is your turn, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yeah, we usually say end turn because sometimes we don't know.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, no, that's cool. End turn.
Okay. Darkon, it's your turn.
Okay, how many more goblins are there?
You see 1.
All right, I will fire my short bow at him and aim right for his head, right between the eyes.
He's sort of trying to hide in the bushes, trying to avoid you. He's trying not to be seen. But you spot him head on. You got your bow strung and ready. 24 is most definitely a hit. You put an arrow right through this goblin's chest.
All right, now I roll the damage, right?
Yeah. This goblin is dead.
Bye.
That's all he needed. Mork the Orc, you turn around, really badly wounded from this scimitar slash, and you look around, and those 2 goblins are dead. Could you roll a perception for me? Okay. You notice that there's some more movement further down in the bushes. This is about 60 feet away. You can see that after the second goblin dropped, you can see that something's moving around in there.
I'll take cover out of the view of those, and I point to to the D20.
Okay. Are you going to take any other actions or movement this turn?
Well, I can't heal myself, so and I'm not gonna go towards them unless I get healed. So I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna hide and end turn.
Okay.
Actually, before I end turn, I'll draw my great axe. End turn.
Okay. So you get a little bit out of the way, as all of a sudden these two things moving further down in the bushes pop up, and it's two more goblins, and they have crossbows drawn.
Oh.
And they are far away where it's hard to get to them. They're about 60 feet away. So they take aim and they let loose their bolts. One is going to go towards Darkon, one is going to go towards Galdanon. This first one is going towards Darkon. 10, I'm assuming it's not hitting your armor class. Yeah, you can see when I roll, I have this automatic macro that just rolls it for me.
Nope.
Second bolt going towards Galdanon. 7 is going to miss you. And then these goblins look at you. These goblins look at you and they start cursing at you. And you can see it immediately after they fire, they duck right down into the bushes again, making it extremely difficult to see them.
Sit.
Yeah. You gotta go skewer these little guys.
Their stealth checks had beaten your passive perception, so you didn't see them earlier. Then you're up, finally.
All right. Aven is going to run up and take cover next to Mork and lay on hands. Say, come, take courage. Take courage. Use that great axe for good.
I was gonna use it for evil.
5 hit points.
Mork, you feel the power of holy energy coursing through you, giving you 5 extra hit points.
Hmm.
And then end turn.
I've been touched.
Touched by an angel. Galdanon, these two goblins that fired on you, right after they fired, they dropped down into the bushes. You can see where they went down into the bushes, but it's going to be a hard shot.
How far away are they?
They are about 60 feet away, both of them.
It's still nighttime. How far away till getting to any kind of brush or cover?
The brush is about 10 feet away from you, but they are farther along into the brush in the woods where you can't see them directly right now, but you know exactly where they were when they fired on you.
You know what? I will take a shot, and then I'm going to try and hide in the brush myself.
Okay, I'm going to say that they have partial cover when you take a shot at them because you know exactly where they are, but still you can't see them directly as you take a shot at them.
All right, here goes my roll. E20. I can't even see that. What is it?
You rolled an 8. So
8 plus 4.
Plus 4.
8 plus 5, 13. That's gonna miss.
So with a 13, you shoot an arrow right into the brush, and you hear it just whiz by something.
Then
It doesn't seem to have hit anything.
Then I will stalk forward into the brush.
Okay.
And try and hide myself since I'm a wood elf. And I will. I think I get a stealth check. I'm not sure what my stealth is, but it's certainly oh wait, my stealth check will be a +5, so I think that's a 19 all day to hide.
Okay. All right. You nimbly jump into the brush. Is that your turn?
End.
Okay. Darkon, you're up.
Okay. Can I make a sneak attack? Or can they still see me?
They can see you. Unfortunately, in order to make a sneak attack, you have to be hidden. So you have to find a way to hide from them before you can do it, and you have to be close to them. Actually, you're about 60 feet away. So if you do a ranged attack, you may be able to do it. So you're gonna have to probably hide in the bushes from them. Make sure they don't see you, and then attack. but they themselves are hard to see.
I see. Well, I'm going to approach them where I felt they were hiding, and see if I can get a better view. I have my bow drawn and ready, and I'm going to head in that direction.
How far do you want to go towards them? You saw them about 60 feet away into the forest.
I'll head about 30 feet.
Okay.
Towards them.
You hit 30 feet
Well,
and...
Actually, no. Correct that. Make that 25 feet, because I can only go 25 feet, so...
Okay, after 25 feet, I need a perception check. Well, you didn't roll so well, but neither did the goblin. So you can see that the butt of one of the goblins just sticking out of the bushes.
Alright, so...
You see he's trying to hide, putting his hands over his head, and you can see his butt sticking out.
I will fire right at his ass. And, let's see here.
And I need you to roll a stealth,
Oh,
so he
shit.
doesn't see you.
Hold on. Stealth.
Okay, that's a successful stealth, therefore you have advantage on the attack. So
Okay.
I'm not going to take that 10, I'm going to take that 20, which
Okay,
means
great.
you're going to hit. You may roll an attack and a sneak attack.
Okay. There's my attack.
Oh, I mean the damage. Yeah. That's 9 damage, plus you may roll a sneak attack.
Alright, so just roll damage again.
Okay, that is enough. You land an arrow right into this goblin's ass. It screams, and as it falls down, starts bleeding, and you can hear it just whimpering and dying. You guys do know that there is at least one goblin left.
I'll get him.
And I come on out. We're ready for you. Come on, bring it on.
It is Mork the Orc's turn.
I rage, and then I dash.
What is your total speed if you dash?
It's double your movement, so you can move up to 60 feet on your turn if you dash.
Okay. You get right to where this goblin was, and it's clear now. He's no longer hidden from you. You rip open the trees, and you can see he's going, yeah, yeah! As you rip open the, do you have, are you able to do an attack after that dash?
I don't believe so.
This goblin looks like he's extremely scared, and he's just got his head, he's covering his head. It is the goblin's turn. What the goblin is going to do is, seeing this raging half-orc running towards him, he is going to try to run away. The goblin has something called a nimble escape. As a bonus action, he takes a disengage.
Yeah.
So he doesn't incur an opportunity attack, and he runs. He bolts down the forest. He is running frantically. He's not watching where he's going.
Yeah.
And he trips.
Ah!
And he falls prone, like 40 feet away from you.
Can I shoot him?
On your turn, you can. You can see he only gets about 40 feet and trips on a tree branch and falls down on his face. Like, no, don't hurt me!
Oh, you know what? Yeah. Let's go question him before we kill him.
It's Aven's turn.
Aven is going to stretch a little bit, drop her shield, and wait, actually, yeah. So she can drop shield and can she draw her bow and shoot in the same turn as a move and then an action?
I'm not sure you're supposed to be able to. I will let it happen because I'm cool with it. It is to drop your shield and equip a bow because you have a sword and a shield. So you gotta drop both the sword and the shield to get the bow out. But if you just drop it on the ground, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm not a stickler on that. I know some people will rules lawyer that to death, but that's fine. You just drop them on the ground and you just whip out your bow.
Okay. And
If you're gonna hit, that's another question because this goblin's pretty far away.
There's no way she's gonna hit. There's no way. So I'm shooting. It's within range of a longbow.
How
Yeah,
far
I'm
is
really not anticipating this hitting. But
The
we'll see.
goblin is about maybe 100 feet away from you.
You'll be at disadvantage because it's prone.
Right. Okay. Damn.
You're already at disadvantage. I think it's a long shot.
With a longbow, I think it's. Is it within? This is 100 feet, right?
320 feet. For some, it's a lot. It's far.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I call out at least, John. I can say this on at a turn. I'll just say, listen, this little beast may have some information.
He's definitely not a beast. He's a bitch.
We'll make him ours.
Yeah. Then I'll take a pot shot at him,
Okay.
and looks like miss. The disadvantage 12.
With a disadvantage, you're not going to hit him. He's just too far away, and you're not as skilled with the bow.
Not in the slightest.
Okay, I guess that's your
End
turn.
turn.
Galdanon.
All right. I'm going to run up on him. I'll do a move action. As I'm doing my move action, I've knocked another arrow so that when I get up there at the end of my dash, I can easily do it. I have 35 feet, so I can move 70 feet. And I'm going to get right up on top of him and put knock the arrow over him and say, foul spawn, surrender.
Intimidation check.
No.
With advantage.
Nice. All right, so I have +2 to this. What was my second roll?
Oh, you get a second roll. You get advantage.
Oh, I thought it automatically rolled 2. All right.
You just
If you roll it from your character sheet,
Oh,
well.
18 all day.
Okay. He just drops his bow. Ah! Don't kill me!
That remains to be seen.
Oh, don't kill me! I do anything you say. I tell you everything. I tell you about Clark's plan to steal the wet supplies. I tell you. Don't kill me.
All right.
he's recording this. This is going to be on Twitch.
I'll call for some assistance. Somebody who's handy with some rope.
Mork will just come over and grab him.
Yeah, that works.
You grab him by the neck and he's...
Oh, how long must we keep this creature alive?
Yes, cut his tongue out.
Like, no, you need me. You need Snuggy.
22 on the athletics to...
Oh, you don't even need to roll a check. This pathetic thing. You got him by the throat. He's not even putting up any resistance. He says, you don't want to kill Snuggy. You need Snuggy. Snuggy knows information.
Snuggy will be taken.
He
Well.
says, you let Snuggy go. Snuggy do whatever you say. Ah. And you can see his face is turning blue.
You have to work for us now.
Snuggy works for you.
Intimidate.
Well, he pretty much is agreeing to whatever you say. Snuggy will work for you.
I think we should kill this thing. It
Please
doesn't-
tell us this information that you have.
Listen.
Please elucidate.
I
And then-
kind of like
have a-
Snuggy.
Snuggy, do you have a lair? Is there some place that you and your foul kin operate out of?
Yes, it is Clark. Clark orders Snuggy to attack the dwarf, and Clark orders Snuggy to attack you. And then you see the goblin reaches into his sack and takes out a little necklace, and he just kind of gives it to you. His hand is shaking. You look at this necklace, and it is the exact necklace that Gundren Rockseeker, your employer, was wearing earlier. He says, Clark told me to do this. Snuggy don't want to hurt anyone. Snoggy's scared of Clark.
Well, who is this Clark? Is that a goblin name?
No, Clark is bigger than Goblin. He is big fuzzy. He's big fuzzy and mean and big teeth. And a big weapon he used to club the goblins. Clark is our king now. Did Clark tell Snoggy?
Is Stone Seeker dead then?
Snoggy don't know. Snoggy helped capture the dwarf and the Humie. The Humie is in the cave.
Where's cave?
It's the Cragmaw cave. Clark is the leader of the Cragmaw goblins. Snoggy is Cragmaw.
Does his description... I mean, he's big, he's furry. Does that description fit any kind of goblinoid that
I want to do a history check to see if you can piece it together.
Because I'm a ranger, and goblinoids are my favorite enemy.
Oh, do a history check with advantage.
All right, cool. All right. There's one roll. Oh, I better roll better. Come on, 20. What? That's not fair. Oh, that's some bull.
You're not completely certain. Because of this vagueness of this goblin's description, this could be one of several creatures.
Gotcha. Man, I'm no ranger.
He says, Clark come, and Clark make the gobbies work for Clark. We do what Clark says. He is our king. We don't like Clark. We have to do what he says or he clobber us. Please, Snoggy, have wife and children.
Who would marry you?
Goblins don't marry.
Well, where is your lair?
I show you. You'll give me a chance.
One false move.
I promise.
Snoggy.
I promise.
I will break you.
Snuggy, certainly, if we were to kill this Glarg, you could, have a new queen, and
oh yes,
you as a council, perhaps.
Yes, you kill Clark.
Yes.
Snoggy will be a memocracy. Just like the Humie City.
I think we would make great oligarchs.
Well, yeah, you know something? Snoggy, you were here to stop this wagon in particular?
Snoggy was told to capture the dwarf and his Humie. And he starts shaking this necklace again. And you recognize this is Gundren's necklace. Can't be any other. And then Snoggy was asked to take over and steal the wagon after by Clark. Snoggy, do what Clark say.
Is there a dwarf in your lair?
He says, Snoggy don't know where they take dwarf, but the Humie, we have him as prisoner. Clark have him.
So, well, it sounds like... I turn to the others and I say, it sounds like the fool dwarf got himself captured along with his trusted friend.
Time to open the contents of the wagon.
Well, you know what? They're as pitiful as they are. Nobody deserves to die at the hands of goblins. I think we need to get in there.
Snoggy no have life insurance. Snoggy can't die.
Shut up, Snoggy.
Snoggy should pick a different profession.
Yeah, try whispering.
There's not much opportunity for goblins in the job market.
I'm in a position as a miner opening up.
Dying ain't much of a living, Snoggy.
Snoggy just starts sobbing.
Yeah. All right, lead on. And you know what? I'll coil a rope. I'll tie it around his ankle like Gollum.
So you guys want to go right now?
Yeah.
It's about midnight, a little bit after midnight.
Oh.
It's very dark out. You're in the forest, but Snoggy seems to know the way, and he says, "Come."
Maybe we should wait
Yeah.
till first light.
You know what? I would say that, except again, at least how I feel is there are lives that could be lost if we delay.
Right. Well, let's
And they would
coffee
expect
up.
the goblins back soon.
Yeah, Snoggy, don't try and pull any fast stuff. Get us in. You may live through this night.
Snoggy wants to live. You guys tie him up very well. There's just no chance he's gonna escape.
Can we gag him also?
Yeah, you gag him, you tie him up. On the ground. You guys, if you wait till morning, you may take a rest if you want to. It's up to you. So the rest went so well last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you that maybe we should go now.
Let's do it.
Up to you.
Go for it.
How long? How long were we in to the night?
You guys, this is approximately maybe an hour or so after midnight.
I say we book.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay, so tying Snoggy to a rope, Snoggy leads you deeper into the forest where the trees get extremely thick. And you can see that when you look up, there's nothing but canopy. You can't even see the stars above. And what is the marching order?
What about the wagon? Did we leave that
Snoggy.
unattended?
I don't know what you did with the wagon.
Oh,
I'm on it.
wait. The wagon. Can't we leave? Hide in the brush.
You can push the wagon and the horses into the brush and try to make maybe a makeshift disguise for it.
We could be quieter if we did that, guys. What do you think?
I think we should.
Yeah, I don't think we can bring the wagon with us while we're going through the woods.
As far as marching order, I'd let out about 15 feet of rope and have Snoggy walk ahead.
Okay, Snoggy's in front. I guess you are directly behind him. Who's after you?
Guys?
I'll go next.
Yeah, having a stealthy up.
I'm on the wagon.
I think we're gonna leave the wagon behind.
Okay, then I'll be in the back with the.
Okay, I'll go third.
Who's going third? I'm sorry. Okay.
Then Mork is behind I.
Okay. So Snoggy is just carefully leading you, and the farther and deeper you go into the forest, you can see the more it seems like the ground is harder to walk on. There's more rocks. There's more bumps. The path is completely ended. So Snoggy is moving nimbly through on his rope, while you guys are just trudging behind him, trying to keep up. What are you doing as you're walking down?
Keeping a watchful eye.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I need a passive perception. I need everyone's passive perception.
10.
13.
Oh, wait. No, I took perception, so 12.
12. You can see that Snoggy, while he's leading you, you see him jump over these bizarre-looking leaves on the ground.
Wait, how do I make a passive perception check?
Oh, you don't. I just need to know what it is. Your passive perception is a 10 plus whatever your perception modifier is.
That would
But
be 13.
so Geldanon noticed that Snoggy very nimbly avoided these weird leaves on the ground.
Check it out.
You walk up to it and you look at the leaves and they look like they were placed there in a special order. They don't look like they just fell on the ground.
I'll stick my kind of like prod it with my bow.
It goes right through.
Why don't we get Snoggy to look at it? Snoggy, what the hell is this?
Snoggy don't know.
Don't lie, Snoggy.
Snoggy don't know.
Make him step on it. Put his face in it.
Push the leaves aside.
Yeah.
Snoggy pushes the leaves aside, revealing a pit that's dug deep into the ground. You look at the bottom of the pit. This is about 15 feet deep. There are some sharpened wooden spikes.
I'm gonna grab Snoggy around the
Ah! Snoggy says, Snoggy don't know about this. They don't tell Snoggy.
Snoggy knew enough to jump over it. Hold out on this again, Snoggy.
Hang him by his rope down into the pit, like we're gonna drop him. Hang him.
Snoggy, we're going to hang out your friends. And you know what? I like you, Snoggy.
I like you too. Let's be friends.
I let Snoggy go.
Good.
Snoggy says, come on, it's this way, we close.
I'm gonna punch him around a little bit more.
He says, please don't abuse Snoggy. Snoggy gets enough abuse from Clark.
You better show us where all these traps are as we're going, or we're gonna.
Snoggy don't know. They don't tell Snoggy. They don't care if goblins die. Snoggy leads you through a couple of a winding trail, and where the forest gets literally so thick there's barely 5 feet between trees. And as he pulls you forward, you guys have to actually squeeze between the trees to get farther along. And finally, he leads you to an open clearing, and you are standing about 100 feet away from the face of a mountain. You can see from where you're standing that there is a cave in the mountain. And Snoggy says, there! There's Cragmaw Mountain. That's where the goblins live. That's where Clark live.
I say we gag him and tie him to a tree.
Besides the dogs, was there any other useful information Snoggy could offer us?
It doesn't seem like he's offered you much.
Alright.
You do know that Clark is big and fuzzy. Big furry guy. You know that he's got some pet dogs that are very vicious. You know that there are some goblins that are really not happy with Clark being their boss and would want to go and attack him if they got the chance.
Great, so maybe we can get them to help us. Maybe we should bring Snoggy in with us if he keeps his mouth shut.
Man, he'll have allies in there, and he could always throw us to the wolves.
All right,
Yeah.
so let's leave him tied to the tree.
But we could certainly try, and say if we're fighting goblins, Nuggy sent us.
That's right. We're here on Snoggy's behalf.
Why don't we tie him up and put like a hunting trap underneath him?
I agree. In case we get killed, at least we'll know he'll get killed. Paint his back with honey.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
You're back.
Alright. Yes.
But I can't see you.
Yeah, I don't have a.
That's okay. We just the microphone's the most important.
Right.
If you could, please put on headphones so
I
we
did
don't
not.
get the.
I
Oh,
thought all you kids had the technology.
I had a cam. I have no idea where it went.
that's all right. It's not absolutely necessary. It's just the talking that's more necessary.
Yeah, I mean, I have a laptop that I could use that has a webcam, but I have to do this all over again then.
Yeah, it was just
Okay. One thing I need from you is I need a name for your character.
Oh God.
Minden.
Dwarf name.
Grabnar, Hrothgar.
Right. We just had when we played, we had a guy named Roger before. So
They actually have name suggestions in the character sheet. Let me see if there's any other names.
You can crack open the PhD.
As long as you don't name him MC Kills a lot or something retarded, it's
No,
fine.
I know. I'm not.
So some of the male dwarf names in the PHB as Adric, Alberich, Bern, Beren, Rotor, Brunor, Dane, Morgran, Oscar, Rangarim, Rurik, Toklin.
He's throwing out names right now.
Yeah, something really guttural sounding.
I'm making dwarf.
No, I'm perfectly happy to help you out if you.
No, I got this.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a last name. I got a first. His name's gonna be Durgris, but I need to think of a last name.
Smith.
Yeah, Smith. Jones.
Smith would
Dwarf
not be a
Johnson.
bad name for a dwarf because a lot of them are Smiths.
Yeah. Shit for brain.
Did something bad happen? Did I lose that character sheet? Oh, I hope not.
There we go. Oh, that's too lame. Blast dog. Oh no, not that computer.
let's go kill stuff.
Yeah.
You want some time to think of it?
Nah, I'm gonna go with this. There, done.
Where?
Durgris Bladebeard. It's in there. I made a terrible decision, but the decision's made.
Where did you put it in?
I just typed it in the chat thing. But I don't, how do I plug it in?
That's a perfectly fine dwarven name. Oh, Bladebeard sounds kind of scary.
That's Blast Dog's biker name. Oh my god. Battlebeard.
Sounds dwarvish.
Battletoad.
Zitz Battletoad.
That's it. We're
Okay.
going with it.
I've got it.
Chunk.
Don't see.
Okay. Durgris, Bladebeard. Let's just tell me a little bit about yourself. Anything extra that you want to discuss about your character? Any ideas? What's your character like? Personality-wise? Anything? Anything you have in mind?
Durgris doesn't trust anyone that doesn't take care of their hands. You know, anyone who has dirty hands or anything like that, because in his eyes, if you don't take care of what makes you who you are, then like what kind of person are you? You know, like he doesn't trust anyone who doesn't take good care of their mitts.
Okay.
Bladebeard is definitely his family is definitely soldiers, so.
Now you are a cleric, correct? So as a cleric, you have to have you do have to have a patron god that you are very devout to.
Oh,
Do you
I'm a
have one in
soldier.
mind?
I'm a soldier. Who are good gods for like
Moradin is the
guys
most
of war?
common god that dwarves follow.
Moradin?
Yeah, he's the common god that most dwarves follow. But you're not restricted to him. You can pick one of the other gods. There's Tyr, there's Helm, there's Torm,
Oh,
there's Ilmater. Those are all good gods, and I'm assuming you're a good aligned character.
uh, yeah, neutral good. You gave me neutral on the sheet. It's neutral good.
Okay.
Are there any gods that are more apt towards like one that like a soldier would
Yeah.
Sure.
So they don't have them listed in here, but in the Forgotten Realms and in D&D in general, there is Clankedin Silverbeard, who is the dwarvish god of battle.
There you go. That's done deal. Like, who is this guy? He sounds like a badass already.
Clankedin
Silverbeard.
Silverbeard.
Okay. So
Done.
I'm gonna if you unless you have some sort of story in mind, I'm gonna tell you what your story is. Okay,
Yeah,
so
go
we can
ahead.
we can fit you into it. So you are a devout cleric of Clangeddon Silverbeard. You believe strongly in dwarven pride. You believe in the clans, and you will do anything you can to further the glory of the dwarven clans. You have been traveling recently. You have been traveling in on the Sword Coast, and you are on a mission to establish a church to Clangeddon Silverbeard. But you need to find the right location. You look around, and nothing really strikes you very as a good location so far. So you've been traveling for a couple of months looking for a place to establish a church. You were looking for a place with a strong military presence that you think would, and a lot of dwarves around that you think would benefit from the guidance of your god. One day on your travels, you are traveling along the Tribor Trail. This is a trail that heads all the way west to the Sword Coast, which is an ocean to the trackless sea. And you're going in that direction. You were going towards maybe Neverwinter or Waterdeep. And while you were traveling there, you were ambushed by some unknown creatures. You're not completely sure what happened. An arrow hit you in your side and wounded you. And then you lost consciousness, and then you were captured at some point. And you do not know anything that has happened beyond then, except that you were blindfolded and put in a very cold place. And you've been there for like 2 days already. You hear a lot of screeching and howling. They sound like goblins, and you guess that they're probably the ones who captured you. So right now you're blindfolded. You have no idea what's going on.
All right.
All right. And
Yep.
I'm assuming. Do you see the map right now?
For some reason I cannot see the map.
Oh, that's because your character's not in it. So you don't see anything because you're blindfolded. Everybody else sees the map. Once if your blindfold gets taken off, you're going to be able to see. Okay. So let's continue. You're still here. You're still here in this mine. You hear some goblinoid speech, but you don't understand goblin. And then you hear somebody else, sounds like a person, maybe a human, yelling out, but he's been gagged.
Well, let's get in there.
Well,
Again.
no, you guys don't know. This is the cleric.
Oh, so I'm hearing them. Okay.
Yeah, you're hearing them, but you're completely blindfolded and you don't see anything. You're on the cold ground.
Am I? You said gag. Am I gagged too?
You're gagged and bound,
Okay.
and you can barely squirm a couple of inches from where you are.
All right. Well, I'm definitely trying to make some noise to get some attention. Definitely shouting into this gag then.
One of the you feel something kick you really hard in the side, and you hear a goblinoid voice say, "Quiet down! I told you this is the wrong dwarf! What do we do with this dwarf now?" And you can't respond, you're just bound and gagged. Okay, back to the party.
All right.
We should head in now.
Yeah, Darkon and I should stealth in first, like Drew suggested. But I'll take point because I have Dark Vision.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, I need a stealth check.
No problem. Come on, high roll, no whammies. I can't even see that.
Oof. So you're trying to hide yourself, but you jump into the water and the water starts splashing around.
Yeah.
But you're just outside the mouth of the cave, and nothing's happening yet.
All right. Good. I would have ruined it for you, Adam.
Adam, you carefully step into the water, not causing any ripples, stealthing. You may move your tokens if you're moving in,
All right.
as far as you'd like to go. And the cave should reveal itself to you as you move in. So as you move into the mouth of the cave, the first thing you notice is that directly on the right there is an opening, and then further along down, to the left there is an opening. Darkon, you're stealthed, so you're not seen. As you look to the north, you see a figure to the north.
Ooh. A figure?
Yeah, I need a perception check from both of you.
Oh, you got it. I'm only +2.
Oh.
Oh, that was going for the 19. I was fine.
Unfortunately, the lapping water is drowning out any noise or any sight that you can see. But Darkon, even with a failed perception check, you do notice that directly to the north where the stream goes, you see that there's a bridge, and there seems to be a figure hanging out on the bridge. You can't see exactly who it is yet.
Is that up here?
Yeah.
Okay. Does the figure see me yet?
No. Doesn't appear to be.
Okay. I guess I'm going to move a little closer, see if I can get a better look.
You still can't get a good look from there. You have to be even closer than that.
All right.
As you're sneakily wading through the water. As you get right there, you can see that it's a goblin. He does not notice you. He's sitting there just picking in his nose.
Okay.
He's got a bow and arrow, and you can see that on his hip there appears to be a bell.
And he's sitting on the bridge?
He's standing there, but he's just sort of he's munching on something that looks disgusting. Just walking around. He looks kind of bored.
All right,
The bridge also looks pretty rickety.
Right, I'm gonna go underneath the bridge, and I'm gonna fire up right into him from underneath through one of the slats.
Okay.
Are you
going to attack? Yes, you can. You can find a perfect slot that will make an exact route right into his neck if you can hit him.
I'm hoping that if he falls off the bridge, I can go to one side or the other and catch him if I manage to hit him.
You probably could.
Okay.
Okay. You land an arrow right into him. Roll some damage.
All right. Now, since that was stealth,
that's a sneak attack.
Sneak attack, rather, I get double damage.
Yes. Okay, you drop the goblin.
Right.
And he lands and he just goes face down right onto the bridge.
Okay.
Not even a noise is made.
So now I'm going to go and inspect his belt.
You can't because you're not. The bridge is about 10 feet up.
Oh, he didn't fall off of it?
Yeah, he just clambered down right on top of the bridge, face first.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just hang there and wait.
As you hang out over there, you can see that in the corridor, right down to the right, there seems to be another figure standing there, and he's walking around. You see the flicker of a torch. Right. And you see some goblin mumblings.
I'll wait under the bridge again.
This guy is over the bridge, so you can't see him. And you see him kind of patrolling along. as he gets over here. He has not seen the other dead goblin yet, and he's walking across the bridge.
Where is he?
He's right above you.
Okay. So, can I shoot again at this guy?
Oh, yes, you can.
Oh, all right. Sweet. I will do that. Wait, what did I just do? Hold on. I did the wrong thing. Hold on. Okay, there we go.
That's another hit. And
Alright.
another sneak attack damage. He's dropped.
It keeps rolling the same exact damage.
So this goblin is gone.
Is that normal for it to roll the same way over and over again like that?
No, it's just a coincidence.
I'll take it.
That's a really, really good coincidence. So you managed to stealthily take out these two goblins up above. Galdanon, as you walk around this room, you can hear whimpering of dogs. And you turn around and you don't need a perception. There are 3 dogs that look really meager. They look like they've been starved. They're just chained to the wall by their necks with these iron collars.
Can I throw him some rations?
You can.
I won't release him yet. I don't want him at our back.
I need an animal handling check.
All right. I'm just normal on this. This is wisdom. I have no wisdom, so
That's what she said.
yeah. Let's see. I get natural 20.
Oh, so these dogs eat the rations you give them, and you can see that they look at you with friendly eyes. You can see by their body language that they are they see you as a friendly face.
All
Before
right.
they were kind of snarling, their tails were down. Now their tails are wagging a little bit as they look at you.
All right. I'll use my elf vision to see if there's anything further inside.
Further down this part of the cave, you see that the cave ends, and then there is a hole right in the wall of the cave. The hole seems to go into this crevasse that goes up. It's like a fissure in the cave. You think that if you really tried, you may be able to squeeze in there.
All right. Well, I don't want to go any place dark and unknown right now. I think, but that's good to know if we need to like hide out or something. I'll tell the others and say, it seems clear so far.
More cool. Work.
Um,
So we're good to join you guys.
yeah.
So as you guys walk up, you can see these 3 meager-looking dogs that clearly have been starved for a while. They don't appear to be hostile anymore.
I'll feed them some more.
So this is the bridge thing you were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Do I
there's
see them now?
Oh, what are you looking for? You don't see anything. Besides those 2 goblins you killed, you don't see any more.
I mean, the rest of my party.
Yeah, you see them coming up.
Okay.
Coming up, the water is flowing towards the cave, the mouth of the cave, and you see them kind of wading through the water as they come up. It is difficult terrain to move through the water.
What's down that passageway to the west? Was that the one that you explored, Galdenon?
You look down the passageway to the west, and you can see a flickering shadow of some. There's some sort of campfire or light.
Hmm.
Well, guys, listen, I'm just spitballing here. If we move forward, that means we have something, behind us that can come in. Maybe we should just go left, clear stuff, and always go left, or pick right and clear stuff. It's just this tunnel will be behind us.
Yeah, I agree. We don't want to get hit from behind.
Oh, this is clear. Left, right, up, down. Let's just clear stuff.
What say Chauncey?
Call me John. I'm still bound somewhere.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. I'm still tied up somewhere right now. You guys gotta find me.
He's hidden in the cave. He's a treasure.
Is he underwater?
Yeah, we're completing this task. You get a healer.
And he has no sight of anything going on right now.
All right. Crossover. And
I need another stealth check as you get that over
yeah,
there.
let's carefully pick our way.
Wait, which way are we heading?
Oh yeah, you see that? That's a 22.
All right, you are most. You are most definitely stealthed. And as you walk down this narrow hallway, which kind of twists back and forth, it's very clear to you that there are a bunch of goblins sitting around a campfire.
Okay, I'll stealth back and tell these guys. Guys, listen, there's a group of these stinking goblins. I think we've struck their warren. Let's burn them out. Oh, maybe we could lure them out and then ambush them.
Right. Somebody, I could stand here, and you guys could stand down over here, and we'll flank them.
You guys could get a surprise by going in, stealthing in, shooting them, and then running back out.
How many did you see?
You saw about 3 of them from your vantage point.
Oh, with stealth, we could take them.
All right.
You guys have been one-shotting them so far.
What's up with all this sneaking around? Let's just go kill them.
You know what? I'm okay with that too. I don't mind a straight-on battle. And you know what? Why are we cowering from stinking goblins?
Yeah, why are you cowering from goblins?
Bunch of pussies.
All right,
I want their stink on my sword.
let the rogue and I just stealth ahead. You guys come a little bit behind us. Let us soften up a couple.
Okay, Darkon has to also roll a stealth before you. The Galdanon has his stealth, but Darkon needs a stealth too.
Oh.
Okay, that 12 is not phenomenal. Goblins, they don't notice you. Natural 1. They're too busy sitting there chowing down on some disgusting looking rotten meat.
It's dwarf.
From the donkey.
It's a freshly roasted shank of dwarf.
They do have their weapons right next to them, and but they're not paying much attention, sitting there eating as you snuck up. You see that there is one goblin all the way over here. He seems to be a little bit better armored than the other goblins. His armor looks a little bit nicer.
Just like in prison, you walk up and you make the toughest guy your bitch. I'm gonna shoot him.
Go for him first.
Yeah.
Okay. You get an advantage shot on him.
All right, baby. Here goes. I'm at +5. All right. So That's 16.
16's a hit.
Ooh, battle
Wait,
music.
wait, wait. No, I got a 12. That was what I rolled, my max.
Listen, I thought you got a 16.
Well, that's what I thought with my bonus, but what I'm
You rolled too many times. Let me see.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4. You rolled 5 times. So I'll take your first 2 rolls. Your first 2 rolls were a 10 and a 4. With advantage, that's a 10 plus your bonus, which is plus 5, which is
Yeah.
a 15, which sinks an arrow right into him.
Oh.
He's a machine gun. You shoot multiple times.
All right.
I don't think you have 2 attacks at level 1.
No, I don't. Okay, so let's try and roll once here.
No, you hit him.
Look at the size of that damage.
You hit him, but you misjudged the angle, and it just grazes by him, causing a small wound. It's 1 plus your dex mod, which is 4 damage.
Now, John, listen, and I'm not sharpshooting you,
Yeah.
but I'm just trying to get my head around this this one. I don't. Why would you add dex damage to a bow shot?
Because even a ranged bow shot, the damage is, whatever your weapon die is plus your modifier, your dex modifier.
Even a crossbow?
Yeah, any weapon adds your. If you're proficient in it. If you're not proficient, I don't think it adds it.
I didn't see. Okay, all right. So 4 points.
I mean, that's the way I've been playing, unless I'm wrong.
I didn't see, and I just didn't want to cheat by adding more damage. I haven't seen anywhere in the rules where it said you add that unless you're using a hurled weapon that you can add your strength or dex to, like a dagger.
No, anyone with any ranged weapon can add their modifier depending on what the weapon is. If you hurl a weapon, you add your strength modifier. If you fire a bow or a crossbow or a hand crossbow, you add your dex modifier.
I thought the benefit of the crossbows and bows was that you could get the range where a further range.
Yeah, but as far as I know, you add the modifier unless I'm corrected. I don't know. Because even when we I'll have to find. We'll check up on it, but for now we'll just play like that.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
So you do injure him, but he notices you. He points to you, and he lets out a scream. Darkon, your surprise attack.
Okay.
Oh. Who are you hitting?
The same guy.
Same guy. Roll your damage. Roll your sneak attack.
All right, now wait a minute. There's something wrong with my damage because it's rolling the same thing every single time. There's no way that I could be rolling.
You're right. Click it like 4 more times, see if it rolls the same thing. It looks like it's rolling. Yeah. Something is wrong.
Oh yeah.
Can you look at my weapons and see what
I'll take a look, but for now, can you just roll whatever you would normally have? Just roll I think it's a D6 plus your dex mod.
Right. Okay.
And then roll a sneak attack. I'll take a look at what is causing this.
A D6.
That's why you've been one-shotting everything.
That's
okay.
The first
That's
one
okay.
being 8, and the first one is 8 damage.
That's because when you type in a damage dice, instead of putting 1d6, you just put 6.
Oh, I didn't know.
That's why it
didn't
always
know
just
that-
uses the number 6.
So
Here,
use
I fixed it.
1D
I fixed it.
1d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
So instead of rolling a d6, it just uses the number 6.
Oh, I asked you earlier if just the number was okay.
I don't remember. That's okay. Don't worry about it.
All right. That's why I did so well.
What's your total damage?
So that's one. That's. The first one was 8.
Okay, he's dead.
All right.
Ah! As you pin him to the cave wall with one of your arrows.
Okay, that was the big guy.
Yeah, so that's the surprise round. Now we're gonna roll initiative. Brad, now you hear a lot of moving around. You hear some arrows being fired. You hear someone screaming. It seems like there's a lot of commotion going on.
I squirm with renewed vigor.
I will put you into initiative. Can you roll initiative for me? Just roll a d20 and add your dex mod, and I'll put you in manually.
So let's see, Anish.
That'd be a 14.
Of course.
I know you're off in the wall somewhere, but okay.
Yeah.
So you have a.
Yep.
I know you see yourself in the wall. You're not actually there. I'm just putting you there as a placeholder.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm putting you in as 14 on initiative.
John, I'm rolling on my character sheet. I don't see it coming up though.
You have to select your mini first, and then click the button.
Oh.
Yeah, they do that. There's no way around it.
All right, hang on. Let me find out where I am. Hang on. Pan view, is that? Okay. Select. So wait. Okay. Oh, all right. So here I am. Then character initiative. Did it work?
I don't see it. You have to. So select your mini, and then.
On the map itself.
Oh, we got yes. Now you're in.
Oh, okay. Ooh, I'm quick.
But Durgus actually won initiative. So Durgus, you are still bound and gagged with ropes tied around you.
But you go first, though.
But you go first. What would you like to do? Now there's a lot of commotion. There's clearly some fighting going on around.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to escape, now may be your chance.
Yeah. So if I'm bound and gagged, I'm not able to cast anything, right? Like I'm not able to cast any spells.
You cannot cast anything if you're bound and gagged.
All right.
And you are somewhat injured as well.
Yeah, I see that. I'm hurting. Okay. What would I roll to try and like get out of my bindings?
You roll a athletics check. You want to try to just rip the ropes, or you can try to shimmy your way out with a dexterity check. It's your choice.
No, athletics. I've got +4 on. So.
Okay.
So is that a D20?
Yeah, roll a d20 plus 4.
Alright.
Or you can roll from your character sheet.
Let's see.
Okay. The bindings are very tight, but you're really struggling to shimmy out of them, and it doesn't seem like anyone's noticing you struggling right now.
Yeah, that was a very poor struggle. Nah.
Okay, Galdanon is up first as these two goblins are surprised by what just happened, and they turn around to face you.
These guys here?
Yeah, the two goblins you can see are directly in front of you.
With my bow. So, here goes. Come on. Big number, big number, big number, no whammies.
Oh, that's a hit.
Nice. Dice. Damage. Roll. Come on, baby. Big number. Don't hose me. Alright.
Let me see. What did you roll? You
3.
rolled a 15 and a 3, so that's a total of 7 damage.
Yeah.
That's enough to kill this goblin. These goblins...
+3 on my damage then.
Oh, that's not enough to kill the goblin. So now you know how much hit points it has.
Yeah. Well, I did that to the other one, right? I left him at one point.
Yeah. These goblins look like they're panicking as this is going on. Darkon, it's your turn.
All right, who did he strike?
This guy right here.
Okay, I will move in and attack. I'm going to shoot my short bow.
as you get right there, Darkhan, you can see that you walk into the room and you can see that in this direction of the room there seems to be an alcove that goes upwards. This is about 7 feet high, and you can see that the goblins have a human and they're holding a knife to his throat. And you look at this human and you recognize he is the guy that was with Gundren Rockseeker earlier, who Hallwinter, who escorted Gundren out after Gundren got really drunk. And this goblin's just holding a knife to his throat, and the human is stripped down. He looks extremely injured. There's bruises and cuts all over his body.
Huh. Well, I already rolled.
Oh, you can attack this goblin here. That's fine. It's not the goblin's turn yet.
Right, but I rolled to attack the goblin that Dan had attacked last.
Yes, and that's a hit.
Yeah, finish it.
That goblin's done.
Now my damage is working properly.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess I'll just now get ready and pay attention to the goblin who's holding the person prisoner.
You turn around and you see that there's a goblin holding a human hostage to his neck. The human is bound and gagged. You also see that in the corner there seems to be another figure that is bound and gagged and on the floor.
Okay. I'm gonna keep my eyes on them and end turn now.
Okay. It's the goblin's turn. First thing that happens, I need Mork the Orc and Avin to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh. Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh, beautiful. See if you can match that. Almost. Okay.
Ooh.
So what happens is you guys were a little bit farther behind near the water. Very suddenly, as the alarm rang out and the goblins started screaming, the passage suddenly just fills with water, going this way. With a mighty roar, a huge like a huge wave, just crashes down. The wave is like 5 feet high and smashes into you. Mork, you nimbly dodge out of the way, while Avin just gets smashed by the water and he gets swept backwards. He falls 10 feet back, and he takes 2 bludgeoning damage, and he falls prone right there, as the water is just now rushing back, and it's really high, and it's kind of filling up the passageway. But you're able to grab onto some stones and not get pushed all the way to the pavement. That's one. The second thing that happens is this goblin over here runs up to you, Darkhan, and attacks you with his scimitar. 19 on your armor class for 3 slashing damage as this goblin quickly just comes over and just does a little tap on you. This goblin over here holds this human's throat and he says, "You come one step further, he dies. I'll kill him, I swear."
You know what? I believe you.
These other 2 goblins jump down, and they have their crossbows ready. They ready in action to see if you take any hostile action, they're going to shoot you.
Crossing.
Now, I took damage. Do you add that to my sheet, or do I add that?
I would prefer that you click on your token, you see that green bubble, you subtract it from that number on the green bubble. The green bubble is your total HP. I can do it for you, but it's easier if the players do it.
Okay.
Right.
So it's a 9, so you just change that to a 6. You can actually type in -3 and it'll automatically change to a 6.
All right.
Sorry, how much did I take then, John?
You took 2 damage.
Okay.
Mork the Orc, you're up.
How far is this?
Let's measure it. About 25 feet.
Alright, so I can take another 5 foot and attack.
Yeah. You can't attack up there because it's like 5 feet up, but you can attack this goblin right in front of you.
Right here.
Yeah.
Alright, I rage.
Let's rage. Rage.
Hang on, I'm looking for the attack. Oh, here we go. AC 14.
14 is a miss. This goblin is very quick and nimbly dodges your attack. But if you're raging, do you get advantage?
Yes.
Do you get advantage, or do you get frenzy, or do you have to take frenzy to get advantage?
I think according to...
Let me just check real quick. I know if you're raging, you get damage reduction.
Yeah.
No, wherever they are. No, wherever they are. That's what they can see.
You have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. When you make a melee weapon attack using strength, you gain a bonus to the damage roll.
Yeah, it had 1 because of my level.
You have resistance, so you don't get advantage just from raging. If you frenzy...
But I get a +1 because of my class level. So add 1 to the roll.
You get bonus to the damage roll, not the attack roll.
Okay.
So if you didn't hit him, you're not going to be able to do that damage. So this goblin nimbly dodges out of the way as you swing at him. Because you attacked, these 2 goblins in the back have their ready to action to fire crossbows. They're going to fire 1 at Mork the Orc and 1 at Darkon. The first one's going at Mork the Orc.
Mm-hmm.
8 versus your armor class, I guess that's a miss. The second one is firing at Darkon. 13 against your armor class.
That misses.
Okay. Avin, you're up. You're prone, and this wave is just washing over you, and you know, it's really, you're just kind of buried in water, putting your head up to try to breathe.
She's angry. All right, so I will stand up and then charge down the hallway as possible.
I need a strength check when you stand up, as the water is just smashing against you.
Not with Steve. All right.
Remember that? It's on section.
Yeah.
$13.
13 is enough, so you muster all your strength and you're able to get forward, but it is difficult terrain to move through all of this. So it'll take you about 20 feet of movement to get up and out of the water, total.
Okay.
So
I'm
20 feet of movement here, and then you can do whatever else you want to do.
Okay.
How come these maps are gridded?
I just don't like the grids because they really are very limiting. So I took the grids out. But you'll see that this way of playing is a lot better. At first, it takes a little getting used to. All right, yeah, you have enough speed to make it all the way over there if you double move and dash.
Okay. I'm good.
Okay, Durgus, you're still bound and gagged. You can hear a lot of commotion. You hear swords being swung.
Wait,
Is he in the room with us?
He is down. He is there in the corner.
all right. You guys finish up the goblins. And I'll cut them free.
I want the big man.
I'm gonna try another shot at breaking out of these mines, I guess. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Alright, shot at it? Alright.
Yeah.
I want a duel against the guy that's holding the guy hostage.
Silverbeard, set me free!
Oh!
Yes!
You rip that rope. This is with your last bit of strength. You just rip the rope apart. You've been saving this for the last day to get out of this rope, and you take off your blindfold. As you get up, you look around and you can see that there is just a battle raging down below. there are a whole bunch of people, strangers, that have infiltrated this goblin lair and are just destroying these goblins. You can see that there's a goblin right in front of you holding a human hostage at knife point, on the edge, and he's got his knife propped up so that and he's got his other hand behind the human's back, and he's looking like he's about to push the human onto the knife and kill him. This human is badly injured. There's another goblin that's not paying attention that's right next to you as you get up.
Can I take any more actions, or am I done right now, basically?
You can take a movement, but you have no weapon right now.
Um,
You look around and you can see that your equipment is put right here. So you
But
have...
I can cast spells now, though, right?
Yes, only if you have a spell as a bonus action you can cast it. Otherwise you can't, because you had to use all of your strength to rip out of this rope and take off your blindfold.
Okay. I think only bonus.
You can cast Healing Word as a bonus action if you
Yeah,
really want.
that's the only one I have as a bonus action. I'm looking
But
at.
but the good news is these goblins don't notice you're even there. You're
Yeah.
broken free, and you can move.
Oh, choices. Either go rush and get my stuff, or heal myself for a little bit of damage I've taken, or can I do both? Can I go over to my stuff and healing word myself, or is it one or the other?
You can.
All right, so
You have one. You have your movement and speed. You have your speed and movement, which is, I think, without armor, it's 30 feet. And you have a healing word you can cast as a bonus action. Now that you're not gagged anymore. And you can see your equipment right there. You can go pick it up.
yeah, I go to my equipment to get my stuff, and I cast healing word on myself to repair some.
Healing word for you is 1d4 +2 because you're a cleric of you're a cleric of life.
So 1d4 plus 4.
Yeah. Is that right? I believe so.
That's right.
So 3 + 4, you heal 7 damage. I think that brings you up to full.
Alright.
Brings you back up to 11. That's a level 1 spell that you've expended, and you run over to your stuff. And you can see that most of your equipment's still there, but you had been carried about 500 gold to help you start the to help you start a church, and that's all gone. That was all your money.
Sons of bitches.
That is your turn. Gelden, and you're up.
Oh, stranger danger.
All right. I'll move in over
If
here.
you move in there, there's one goblin that can get an opportunity attack on you.
Wait. Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
I'll go here. Is this the guy who's got the human?
This guy here can take an opportunity attack if you move in there.
Oh, I didn't even see him. John, where's the human?
The human is right there. He's the guy that looks like he's holding a sword, but he's actually naked and
All right.
bound and gagged.
I'm gonna shoot the goblin on him
Okay.
because I'm gonna.
This goblin looks like he looks like he's ready to stab this guy, so it better be a good shot.
I walk in casually, and I look at him. I take aim, and that's 11 plus 5 is 16.
16's a hit. Better take him out.
Pow. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. 6 points. Man, I can't take a goblin out to save my life.
6 points of damage. You almost take him out. You injure him gravely, landing the arrow right into his neck, but the goblin's still alive and he's got the sword.
They say, listen, you kill him. What do you think I'm going to do to you? Think very carefully about your next move. You can either walk out of this, or you can die.
Let's do a persuasion on this goblin. Intimidation. Sorry, that sounds like intimidation.
All right, 16.
Okay. The goblin has not stabbed this human yet, but he looks like he's ready to go.
All right.
He says, "Put down your arms or he dies."
A human's life is meaningless to me. What's What's his life worth to you?
Says, you're here for this human, right?
I'm here because I hate your filthy, stinking kind.
And the goblin looks a little flustered. He's looking around. He's trying to think of what to do.
All right.
Okay, Darkon.
All right, I will. Right from where I stand, do I have? Is he in range of me?
Yeah, he's right above you, about 5 feet above you. You can see him on the edge of this
Oh,
cliff.
I see. All right, there's a cliff there.
The problem is, you think that if you were to kill him, this human who is bound and gagged may drop down into the onto the cliff, and this guy looks badly injured. Doesn't look like he can survive hitting the floor.
Then this was the guy from earlier, right?
Yeah, this is the same guy that was with Gundren.
Wasn't he like a dick to us?
I don't think he was a dick to you.
Wait. You know what? We said, listen. You can have this whole stinking lair. We're just here to deal with Clarg.
Because what do you mean, deal with Clarg?
Put an arrow in his eye and see that he never sees the light of day again.
You see, the goblin kind of speaks to the other goblins in their goblin language. And then the goblin turns to you again and he says, if you can kill Clarg, you can have this Yumi. I don't want him.
All right, great. So I'll move underneath and say, all right, drop him down to me.
He says, you kill Clarg first. He's in the cave to the east.
I say, you give me this guy first. He's very badly injured, and it's a sign of good faith. Otherwise, we'll kill you all right here.
No! And he just puts the dagger closer to his throat to try to be a little bit more vicious looking.
All right, you know what? Screw this guy. I'm going to totally take him out. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah. Oh man,
I don't think that hits.
Unfortunately, it's hard to angle your shot at him. He says, you lying Humies! And he puts himself behind the human. Angles himself behind the human so it's harder to hit him. He takes cover behind the human.
Yeah, you take cover back there. We're going to get you.
Good.
Okay, it's the goblin's
You
turn.
green bastard.
This one goblin comes over here, and he takes out his crossbow. They all aim their crossbows at Darkon, readying their action because you're really close right now. And then they say, last chance, put down all your weapons!
Bring it, bitch.
So they have all actions readied. All the goblins kind of surround you. They take out the one behind you takes out his scimitar. These 3 goblins have their crossbows aimed at you because you're right next to him.
I'm not dropping shit.
But they look like they're still hoping that you guys will drop your weapons. Mork the Orc.
How tall's the wall?
The wall is about 7 feet tall.
So I could jump it.
You could jump it, but one warning is that if you run this way through the enemy, they take an opportunity attack on you.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh wow, that's bold. I like it.
All right. I should I give him inspiration for that? Let's give him inspiration for that. He's just balls wild. Okay, I'm going to make an opportunity attack on 24. A crit for 8 plus.
Half.
8 plus roll another d6.
Does not favor the board.
11 damage.
Half. Half because I'm raged.
Half of 11 damage, I'm sorry. So that is a total, rounded down, that is 5 damage.
Yeah.
That was very inspired. You earned that inspiration.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Alright, so you run up over here, and you can't just make a jump to clear it, but you can make an athletics check to climb it quickly.
And I have an advantage because it's a strength check.
It doesn't look like it's too hard.
That guy's getting stabbed in the neck. He's going to die for sure. Like, there's no way this guy's pulling.
Easy.
He's like, ah.
Not a problem. You hoist yourself up with two little grabs, and you're up here.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna do a shove on the human to knock him prone with the goblin to knock the goblin down.
Okay. This is a tough situation because the goblin has a knife at the human's throat.
I know.
So what I need you to do is succeed in a dex check first to try to kind of maneuver your shove in a way where the human's not going to get stabbed. And after that, I need you to succeed in the strength check. So roll a dex check first. Okay, that's good. Roll a strength check. That's good. So the human is knocked prone. The goblin is shoved out of the way.
And I look at him and
You shove him like 10 feet or so.
yeah.
As you do this, the readied actions go off. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because clearly, this has gotten really sticky. So, Darkon, you're going to get an attack. You're going to get 3 attacks. Mork is going to get an attack from the other guy who's on top.
Last medicine here.
So, Darkon, first attack on you again with a scimitar. 20.
That hits.
Does it take you down? 6 damage.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Darkon, you get taken down with a scimitar attack. These other 2 attacks are going to go to the people behind him.
I curse him as I go.
First attack against Geldanon with a bow. 12 is a miss.
Yes.
Second attack against Avin with a bow. 9 is a miss. The final attack from upstairs against Mork the Orc with a bow. 12 is a miss. So, unfortunately, Darkon, you got knocked unconscious with that with a pretty vicious attack on you. Avin, it's your turn. Now the goblins are just ready to fight. They've given up on trying to hold this guy hostage.
And I could use some healing from anybody who can give it.
Well,
You say this as you go down. I could use some healing from anybody who has any healing skills.
I don't know what you're talking about.
They see me fall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, did I see him get knocked down? Like I see.
Yeah, you see him. You see everything that's going on.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna try and kill the guy that is closest to Darkon.
The guy right
He's
behind
a little bit
him.
injured. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Look at he's already a little bit injured. Go ahead and take a swing at him.
18's a hit.
All right, wicked.
For 8 damage, this goblin meets his maker. Ah!
We just want to kill Clark. You're a little in the way. Help us or die.
Durgus, it's your turn.
Okay, so I can either heal the guy that's does cure wounds? Do I have to be in range to do that?
You have to be within 5 feet to do Cure Wounds.
Oh yeah.
You can do Healing Word as a kind of a ranged healing, but that will probably consume your second spell slot, I think.
Yeah. And I don't have any more spells. Okay.
Level 1 kind of blows.
Yeah, for spells. Oh, that's the orc there. Okay. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 goblins left, or is there 5 and I can't quite see?
There are 4 goblins that you can. The party's fighting right now. There's 2 of them. There's 2 of them on top of the ledge, and there's 2 of them on the bottom of the ledge.
All right. So yeah, I don't think I want to use my very last spell. So I am going to run up and hit one. Can I get in range? Can I run up and get in melee range?
Yeah. This is how you check your distance. You see the toolbar on the top upper left corner. The fourth thing down looks like a ruler. You just click that, and then you can measure distance.
Oh yeah.
Now we'll go back to select and move and select your character, and you can move them.
How do I?
Oh, you have to get out of the ruler and go back up to the pointer, and you can select your character and move them.
So I'm stepping up right to this guy. and I am going to hit him with my warhammer.
Okay, roll an attack with your hammer.
Alright, so that's a d20, right?
Yeah, d20 plus whatever modifiers you got.
Yeah. Alright. D20, and the attack modifier is
It is your...
+4, I think. It says attack bonus +4.
Yeah, so it's a d20 plus 4.
Alright, D20 +4. Oh, Jesus.
You're feeling kind of weak after being bound and gagged for so long. You're not swinging your warhammer very well. This goblin dodges out of the way. But he didn't even notice that you had snuck up on him. He didn't know you were back there, so you're gonna get attack with advantage. Why don't you roll again?
Oh, yes, yes. Alright. Come on.
15's a hit. This time with your second swing, you bring your warhammer right down, crushing his skull. Roll your damage.
It's 1d8 plus 2.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh. Okay, so, yeah.
Oh, this goblin is dead. You crushed him. He's already been injured pretty badly.
You'll
and
pay for stealing from my church fund?
Okay, Geldanon's up.
All right.
Are none of the goblins aware that I did that? Did they even see?
Well, after you did that, they kind of turned and they saw you. And these goblins are looking pretty scared.
Okay. See where I move myself?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit the guy straight in front of me with an arrow.
Okay.
I hope. Oh yeah.
Ah!
I whack him. Hey, and I kill one, finally, in one shot.
Ah!
And have a taste of this.
Darkon, I need a death save.
Now, where do I go to do that?
You can just roll a d20, plain d20. In your character sheet, there is a place for a death save. If you look in the other portion, in core stats, in the bottom right corner, there's a button for death save.
Oh, I see.
It's just a plain d20. That's one fail.
That always happens to me.
Okay, you see Darkon is bleeding profusely.
It's that time of the month.
Goblin's turn. The first goblin is going to attack Aven with his scimitar. Oh my god, these goblins are just critting and critting and critting. 1d6. So that is 10 damage.
Oof. Alright. Aven is down.
Okay, after he does that, he takes a cunning action and runs over here, trying to lead the battle. The second goblin, seeing that this goblin made way for him, is going to dash, not even attack. He's going to double run out of here. Let me see. Let me measure out how far he's going to run. Alright, he's gone.
Will that provoke from Mork?
He has cunning action, so he doesn't provoke. Not cunning action, it's called a goblin something else, something or another.
Some goblin.
Yeah, some goblin stuff. So this goblin is, he's still in view, but he's pretty much escaped.
Heal me. Somebody heal me.
Mork the orc.
Should I put him out of his misery, guys?
So we can go to bed.
Well, that'll stop his bleeding. I do a medicine check it.
Yeah, the Mork the Orc with the medicine check. That'd be awesome. Stay here.
Dying noise.
Can I get to this orc here? Or this goblin?
Let me measure it out. So you jump down the ledge. You can get to the goblin.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
Maybe.
Alright. Up. That's right. I'm panning.
Unless you miss, he's dead.
Yeah.
Take him out.
Bam!
Oh my god. This goblin's not going to survive that. He's not going to survive that. You chop him in half.
Ooh. Deleted. See you, nerd.
Yeah. And then I do this after to the other one.
Okay, the other goblin has fleed out of this battle, so the combat is over. And Aven and Darkon, you're still unconscious at this point. You're not stabilized yet, so you have to continue to roll death saves unless somebody does a healing check.
I will.
Okay.
Well, unless the dwarf has a better shot than me. But I'll give it a shot.
Do it. Go for it.
Yeah, I got a +5 to medicine, so.
Yeah, you better do it. I got nothing. I have guts.
You run over to your fallen comrades, trying to patch up their bleeding wounds.
Help me.
Okay, that'll do it. Mork the orc comes over and knows more medicine than he would appear to. He makes a perfect bandage around the wounds.
I give him a pat on the back.
Okay, you're out of combat. That goblin has run off, and as far as you can see or hear, the goblins have backed off.
So am I healed?
You're not healed. You're still unconscious. You're stable and not dying. The only time you're going to regain consciousness, unless you are healed by something, is in 1d4 hours.
Jeez.
Well, I'll just rest here then.
I assume it's someone.
I'm sorry, guys. Level 1 is brutal.
He'll
Well,
do it on,
is there any reason why we couldn't take a 4-hour rest in here?
I don't see a reason why you can't.
Let's ask is the human conscious?
The human looks like he's badly injured. There's also this dwarf that he's also butt naked and wielding a warhammer.
Looks really good.
Somebody tend to Avon, and I want to talk.
I'm stable.
And I'll be like, "Where's Goldrin?"
So you take off the human's blindfold and his gag, and he looks around. He says, "Oh, thank God you came." He says, "What happened? Where am I?"
Who are you?
Don't you remember? We were hired by Gundren.
He's like, "Yes, I know. I was with Gundren, and we were riding down to Phandelver when we were ambushed. And there were at least 20 goblins. There were hobgoblins too. They took us by such surprise. Arrows just flying from the sky. Gundren took at least 4 arrows, and I took many arrows as well. And that's the last thing I remember before waking up in this dank, disgusting place."
Is there evidence of him having taken a number of arrows?
There is. This guy, he's badly injured. He is down to 1 hit point.
He's
Bruises.
doing better than I am.
Bruises, wounds everywhere. He's had that 1d4 hours of resting time, so he's stabilized. But he looks like he has been severely wounded. He can barely hold himself up. Says, all of our things, my No! The map! The Phandelver map! Oh, the goblins must have it.
While he's talking, I'm gonna...
There's a naked dwarf behind him, too.
Yeah.
He was ass raped.
You know what? I'll throw a goblin cloak at the dwarf, and I'll say, for Mordin's sake, cover yourself.
Alright, so what am I looking at? Like who am I looking at right now? Like
Okay.
what's the ragtag bunch I see before me?
So now you look before you. You see 2 elves, a half-orc, a halfling that is on the ground, unconscious, and a naked human that looks like he was with you this whole time.
I'm like that, and I'm about to thank them, and then I see there's 2 elves, and I'm like, "You're welcome."
While they're talking, I'm searching the bodies.
So I go and.
Okay, you look through the bodies. You find some scimitars. Each of the goblins were holding scimitars. You find that the goblins also had short bows with several arrows. As you search a little bit deeper, you see a little stash, and that's where Durgis's equipment is. You rummage through the stash. You find no gold, but you find 2 healing potions.
There we go.
Great, pour them all over me.
You can feed the healing potions to your wounded allies.
You
and we'll bring
drown
them
in the
back.
healing potion and die. Alright, I turn to go grab my gear and dress up, and I'm like, I thought you elves appreciated beauty.
I have to give him inspiration for saying that.
Go grab my gear.
I should get inspiration for dying.
Yeah, it was a very inspiring act when you died.
You already have
You really
inspiration,
showed us
and you
how
haven't
it's
used it, so I can't give you more inspiration if you're already carrying it
I
around.
do have it. I never used it. Can I use it to heal myself?
You can use it on a death save, but I don't think you can use it to heal yourself.
Well, I'm still waiting for that potion.
50,
If you get a natural 20 on a death saving throw, you do heal 1 point.
Yeah.
50 gold pieces. I give it to them to heal up.
So I'm dressed now, right? Like I can just. I can
So
do that. They
so
do
whoever
that?
gets a healing potion, it's 2d4 plus 2 of hit points you get.
2d4.
Plus 2.
How many potions do we have?
That's 5,
I walk down.
6, 7.
7?
Anything else that's of importance, John?
You see a case on the ground. It's a leather case, and it's clearly a map case, and it's been opened, and it's empty inside. And Sildar looks at it despondently, and he says, they took the map to Phandelver.
I see.
Oh, I can't believe this has happened.